Hello, everyone. This is a very different sort of thing than I'm sure a lot of people are used to seeing on this channel, because majority of the stuff I've uploaded is just a bunch of my VODs from my Twitch channel. But I felt it was a special occasion to kind of sit down and talk about just some general stuff that's happening. Sonic's making his comeback, so I thought it would be nice to just kind of sit down and talk about what's going to be happening and what I think is going to be becoming of the recent events that have been announced recently. As of today, when I'm recording this, 5/26/2021, yesterday around noon, I want to say, the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter page posted that we are finally going to be getting some announcements concerning the Sonic franchise as a brand when it comes to various forms of media within the franchise, such as the games, the mobile games. We could possibly be seeing some announcements with the comics. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the first trailer for the second Sonic movie tomorrow. But it's all happening tomorrow on 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I wanted to talk about it because Sonic is a franchise very near and dear to my heart. I've been growing up with the Blue Bastard since Sonic Heroes on the GameCube, and that was like the only Sonic game that I played for a while. It was the only one that I had, and then come 2010, and then Sonic Colors comes out, and I thought, well, that game looks pretty damn good. I'm going to get it for Christmas and try to see if I can get back into the franchise. And I loved it. I bought my grandmother got me Generations the following year in 2011 for Christmas. And I skipped out on Sonic Lost World because I didn't have a Wii U yet. And then I went back and I played a vast majority of the franchise. I went back, I played the classic games, I played the Adventure series, I played the games that shall not be named, I played Unleashed, Black Knight. I played pretty much any other Sonic game that I could get my hands on. I think the only mainline Sonic game that I have not played yet is Sonic Lost World, but from what I've heard, I'm not really missing out on much. But Sonic is a very, very important franchise to me. It's on the levels of franchises like Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Kingdom Hearts, all these other franchises that I've grown up with and love dearly. It holds its place among the ranks, and for a while it really felt like, it felt really weird not getting any news relating to Sonic, because after Sonic Forces came out, that was the same year that Mania came out, and hopes were high, but at the same time hopes were also low, because Mania did insanely well and people considered that Sonic's true comeback since the 90s, almost like a revival that Crash or Spyro had. For a lot of people, Sonic's just been gone for these past 20 years, and now he's finally making his return with Mania. And then Forces comes out to not the best critical reception. I will go on par and say I absolutely hate that game, but that's something for another time. But since then, we only had a few snippets here and there of stuff for Sonic. Like, we had the movie that came out in early 2020. Team Sonic Racing came out in 2019, right before Crash Team Racing. And we also got the Mania Adventures cartoon and the Team Sonic Racing Overdrive cartoons, both of which were directed by Tyson Hesse, I believe. Those were amazing cartoons, and I really hope that the next major Sonic release has something like that. But since Team Sonic Racing came out, we haven't really gotten anything about the future of the franchise. No new game announcements. The only thing that was being consistently released was the comics, published by IDW. And those are fantastic comics, by the way. Please check those out. They are fantastic. The writers and artists, they know exactly what they're doing for the franchise. But as far as games go, nothing. We didn't know if there was going to be like a Mania 2 coming out. No word on the release for the next major Sonic game. And coming into 2021, we're celebrating Sonic's 30th anniversary, which is really baffling to me, considering like the 20th anniversary was like yesterday for me. And a lot of people were wondering, when are we gonna get the next major Sonic game? When are we gonna get news about the next Sonic game? The one that's going to celebrate the 30th anniversary for the franchise. And we've gotten nothing. We were going to get announcements in 2020, but unfortunately that was around the time that the pandemic struck all around the world, and plans had to be canceled. E3 was canceled, the event that Sega was going to announce everything at was canceled, and they had plans to push their event back further, and I believe those plans just fell through, and they never got around to releasing that information. And now they finally are. After like 2+ years since Team Sonic Racing, we're finally getting some information on what's in the future for Sonic the Hedgehog. And I just wanted to go ahead and just kind of sit down and talk about my expectations, what I'm feeling, what I'm hoping for, what are my expectations, and everything with that. So yeah, let's just hop into it. I want to go ahead and I want to start with some of the more minor announcements that I'm expecting, because one of the people who replied to the initial announcement tweet was Sega Hardlight, and Sega Hardlight is responsible for developing some of the mobile Sonic games. I believe primarily Sonic Dash and I think Sonic Dash 2, the one based on Sonic Boom. I believe those two were developed by Sega Hardlight. I'm not entirely sure if Sonic Sonic Forces Speed Battle, was developed by Sega Hardlight. I assume that most of the Sonic mobile games are Sega Hardlight, or if they're just split into different teams. But I am expecting some announcements revolving around the mobile market for Sonic the Hedgehog. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a new Sonic mobile game, or just new announcements for the current ones that we have. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some new characters that get added, and possibly some crossover stuff with the next major release for the franchise, and I'll talk about that when we get there. So that's kind of what I'm expecting on the mobile side. As far as everything else goes, I'm not entirely sure what we could be getting ourselves into. Like I said, it's been a while since the last major release for Sonic the Hedgehog, and we had the Mania Adventures cartoon and the Team Sonic Racing cartoon. We also had that one spin-off Chao in Space release that they did. I am expecting something involving cartoons and Sonic to be announced here, because earlier this year we had gotten confirmation that Netflix was working on a new Netflix Sonic series, which I can't remember the name. I don't know if it was Sonic Dimensions or Sonic Prime was the Netflix one that they're working on. And I'm very intrigued to see what that is, because the last major Sonic cartoon that we had that wasn't Overdrive or Adventures was Sonic Boom. And while the cartoon was good, the games certainly were not. So I'm very intrigued to see how the team is going to sort of go about this whole process, whether or not they're just going to keep it to where the main design is modern Sonic, or maybe this will be a classic Sonic cartoon, maybe, or is this going to be 3D, 2D? We don't know yet. I would love to see this cartoon connected to the main franchise and kind of help, I don't know, I guess be happening in the background, or take place after a certain game and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just kind of help tie it in that, yeah, this is all part of the same franchise, or same series, same timeline, blah blah blah. But then again, I don't think anybody really cares about the Sonic timeline. I don't think anybody really gives a shit at this point. But I am keeping my thoughts in the normal for now, revolving around that. And I'm just looking forward to see what the team has, whether or not it's good, or whether or not it's So I think now we should probably get into the big stuff. Whether or not, what are the main games that are going to be announced, because there's a lot of rumors floating around about re-releases, remasters, ultimate editions, collections, and all that shit. As far as like the mainline games, like what am I expecting here? So we've had like leaks and rumors and stuff like that speculating and circulating about the Sonic Colors Ultimate Edition, and I think that'd be a really good move. Sonic Colors is still one of the more critically acclaimed Sonic games in recent memory, because you had that period between Unleashed and Lost World where Sonic was doing really good. The games that came out during that time did really well, like Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and I believe Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed also came out during that time. And those games did really well. Like, those were some of the best-selling games and critically received games in the franchise in quite a while. And then once Lost World came out, and that just started spiraling down its own path. If you want to really get people back into the franchise and like just get the word spread on Sonic, you re-release the good games. You re-release the games that everybody has fond memories of and that everyone really enjoyed. And the classic games have been re-released to hell and back, so at that point you can if you want, but you don't really need to anymore. I think the modern games need to have their re-releases sometime soon, because Sonic Colors is still stuck on the Wii. A lot of the older Sonic games are stuck on those consoles, like Heroes is stuck on the 7th generation. I don't think anybody's worried about a 06 remaster anytime soon, except for the PC project that Chaos X is working on. I hope that does fantastic, by the way. Unleashed is it's backwards compatible for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One, and now it's actually playable on those consoles instead of just being a really shitty PowerPoint presentation. And like Black Knight, Secret Rings, a lot of those games are stuck on previous hardware. You can't get those games anywhere else because they are either just on systems that don't have storefronts, or have they've never been re-released, or they're just kind of limited to other storefronts. Like, yeah, you can play Generations and Unleashed on the PS4 through PlayStation Now, which is just streaming from PlayStation 3 hardware, so it doesn't really take advantage of the new hardware in any sort of way. There are still a lot of the Sonic games that are released on PC, like Generations, Lost World, Forces, Mania, the adventure games. Those games are already on PC, and they have a lot of support, and they do really well whenever there's a new sale. And I think recently some sales came out for Sonic, and Generations was among the number one, the highest in sales for Sonic, which is awesome. I'm glad that the game's still selling after all these years. But I think now is the perfect time to start re-releasing some of those older games on the newer systems. So I think it's about time that we get Sonic Colors on newer hardware. Let's get this bitch on PC. Let's get it on PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One. Fuck it, Wii U. Just get it out and get it into people's hands. And I think Sonic Colors is one of those games that needs to be re-released, because like I said, it's one of those games that's stuck on previous hardware, and you can't play it anymore unless you've had a copy since day one. I mean, you can emulate it, but does anyone really like setting that up? I mean, I kind of do, but whatever. Okay. And I've also been seeing some stuff about possibly Sonic 3 and Knuckles getting a re-release, and I think that would be perfect. I think that that is the one classic Sonic game that has yet to be re-released consistently out of the original trilogy, just because of the whole music debacle. Because there have been rumors for years that Michael Jackson's worked on the music, and you can hear with a lot of the tracks they take a lot of inspiration, or they're just pulled straight from Michael Jackson's songs. So obviously there's that legal dispute with the music, and people have been wondering for years, okay, is that the main reason why Sega's not re-releasing these games? Because it's on Steam. You can get Sonic 3 and Knuckles on Steam. It's not the Christian Whitehead. It's not like a version made by Christian Whitehead, but you can still play the game on Steam. So that version is there. But it's never gotten like another official re-release, I think, since one of the Sonic collections on Xbox 360. Or was that one of the ones where like you could play 3 and you could play Knuckles, but you couldn't play them together or something like that? I'm not sure. I never got that one. And honestly, Sega, all they'd have to do is just re-release the Mega Collection on GameCube, or Mega Collection Plus that has all the Game Gear games, or just like take the Mega Collection, take the Gems Collection, put them together, make a baby, and throw in like Adventure 1, Adventure 2, Heroes. Fuck it, throw Shadow in there, why not? Just throw in all these games that haven't been re-released in years, sell it for $40, it's gonna sell like hotcakes. You know, that's all you gotta do. You know, just get another team in there, have them do some fixes, bug changes, you know, make Black Knight and Secret Rings a bit more playable, I guess. But I do think that we need some re-releases. I think that's going to help people, that's going to hold people over to the brand new 3D Sonic game. And speaking of the brand new 3D Sonic game, actually, you know what? I guess I'll go ahead and I'll talk about like Mania 2 for a minute, because that's the one game I keep hearing constantly that people are wanting is Mania 2, Mania 2, Mania 2. Me, myself, I do want a Mania 2. I think that'd be a really good step. Like, Sega has kind of shown that, you know, it's time we keep Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic separate from now on. You know, Classic Sonic already has Mania, he's in a majority of the advertising. Modern Sonic has the 3D shit. Leave Modern Sonic to the 3D shit, leave Classic Sonic to his stuff, and I think a Mania sequel or just a new 2D Sonic game would do really well in today's market, especially with how well Mania did when it originally released. And I think having like another project made by Dimps or one of the other 2D Sonic teams, or like one of the other 2D Sonic teams that work on the games, I think having another project by them, it would do really well. I would love to see another Sonic Rush game or another Sonic Rush style game. And as far as like 3D Sonic goes, I'm not sure. Like, is it time for us to hop into the Adventure 3 debacle? Like, is Sega finally gonna take the hammer, bust the glass, and like release Sonic Adventure 3? I don't know. I honestly don't know what Sega is going to do with 3D Sonic, because, you know, at this point it's been 4 years since Forces. Didn't do well critically. It did well financially. It did very well financially. Critically, did not do the best. I mean, it did better than other games, but it still didn't do the best. It was one of the lowest received Sonic games in like the past 5 years when it initially came out. So I would like to hope that Sega and Sonic Team have kind of sit down and thought, okay, we're nearing 06 territories again, guys. We don't want another fuck up. We have to get this right. So I hope they're genuinely taking the time to make the best possible product that they can. And as, like, I don't even know what I want for the new 3D Sonic game. I just want it to be good. You know, like, they could take another stab at the boost formula. I know a lot of people are sick of it at this point, but if they find a way to make it new and make it interesting, I say go for it. You know, it's proven to work well in the past, and I'm still waiting on, you know, a style of 3D Sonic that can rival Generations, in my humble opinion. I still think Generations is the best 3D Sonic game that we've had, just because of how damn consistent it was with level design and just general replayability. And, like, that's all you gotta do for me, is just make a game that's replayable and fun. Like, I don't care how slow it is, I don't care how fast it is, make it replayable, make it fun, and just don't throw a bunch of shit into it and expect everything to stick, because that's what they've done in the past couple releases. Lost World had so many fucking gimmicks, you could have sworn you could make like 15 different games out of each level, and Forces was so damn inconsistent with its 3 playable characters, and it just wasn't a good product. Like stability wise it ran fine, but like playability, that is a whole can of worms I do not want to open at this current point in time. But I just want a new 3D Sonic game that'll do well and looks fun and is actually fun. You know, I've talked with a couple of my friends about it, and as excited as I am for this Sonic Direct, I'm going to try to keep my expectations as low as possible, because I don't want what happened to me in 2016 and 2017 to happen again, where I was extremely excited for the next 3D Sonic game, you know, defending it to the last breath when people were like shitting on it, and then it actually comes out and it's just a piece of shit. You know, I don't want that to happen to me again. I want to go in this with low expectations, so that way I don't get disappointed again like I did back a couple of years ago. And I'd like to imagine that I've matured since those days, so hopefully I won't get too disappointed over, you know, a 3-foot blue hedgehog having another shitty game. But, you know, it's the 30th anniversary. They need to get this one right. This is a big occasion for Sonic. 30 years is nothing to scoff at. You know, a franchise like Sonic that's gone on this long, it's, you know, it's a momentous occasion, and they need to celebrate it with a huge bang. Mario, when he did the 30th anniversary, he had Mario Maker. The 35th anniversary, yeah, people didn't like 3D All-Stars Collection being locked behind a 6-month timed release sort of thing, and, you know, the less we say about Super Mario 35 going off the shop, the better. But they still did a lot to celebrate. They released a lot of games, and they released a lot of shit. And I think that's what Sonic needs to do. Sonic needs to do well on this anniversary. So I think that's going to be it for what I have to say on Sonic. This was a different type of video for me to make, so if you guys are interested in seeing more of this kind of stuff, or if you're interested in me like trying a new sort of video format, please let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think. I'm interested in doing some projects this summer while I still have time, so if you guys got some ideas, feel free to shoot them my way. With that being said, you can join me tomorrow at at around 12 EST on WeDude83's Twitch. That's twitch.tv/WeDude. I will be hopping in his call with him as we watch this event and possibly get utterly disappointed. So if you're interested in watching what I have to say and what the rest of us have to react towards, you can check that out. I'm not sure what time we'll be going live tomorrow, so just go ahead, go give him a follow, and you know, tell him I sent you or something like that. With that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourselves a great night, weekend, day, work week, I don't know. Have yourselves a good whatever, and take it easy. Please be safe.